Okay, I was interrupted by people who came to this room to take all those discs. There were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were like 6 of them, and they left only this one. So they need it for something, and they can do it. I cannot say or do much about it. Um, Now all the students are going towards the gym, and they're gonna go to their practice, and I will join them in a few minutes. But I just wanted to remember this one moment too. Yesterday, the boys that are now 4th, 5th, and 6th grade didn't go to school, and they went with their father to Hiroshima. And the main reason why they went was because his name got drawn, so he could go and buy Pokemon cards, because that's the new craze in the house. And my oldest is into cards. He's been collecting them for, I don't know, since a little kid, and he had the games with the 3DS, which they don't make anymore. Now it's all Nintendo Switch. But he's into cards, and he was collecting here and there a few, and he's got a nice collection, and his father, when he was 12, also probably did the same thing. That's when the Pokemons came. But long story short, when your kid doesn't go to school, you have to call the school and tell them why, the reason why, if they have a fever, or if they have personal matter or family matter or anything, and so you have to explain yourself. And so the father said that he's going to call the school and tell them that it's a family matter. And so he just kept telling them, let's go have fun. The trip to Hiroshima is 3 hours one way with a car, and they left before 7 o'clock in the morning. And so again, the reason why they went was because his name got drawn for him to be able to buy Pokemon cards within boxes or packs. I have no idea how it works, nor I care. But my oldest was excited, and the other two went just because to skip school, or actually my third boy, whose birthday was yesterday as well, his original idea was to go to school, but then he changed his mind at the end. And so they all went, and this morning their father tells the birthday boy yesterday, he tells him this morning, well, if your friends, they're going to ask you why you didn't go to school yesterday, and you can tell them you went to Hiroshima and you went to the Peace Park. So he took them to do what he wants to do, and he's planning to do for himself and for probably my oldest too, which didn't seem like he didn't seem very satisfied about those cards for himself. I don't know. He said just daddy got whatever he wanted. Like, I didn't really get I don't know. I didn't really quite understand the whole deal. But he didn't look happy, like satisfied about this Pokemon trip. And it, long 3 hours in the car is probably not that fun. But what the father said to my third boy was very, that's something that tells you about personal values. And that's where we're very, very, very different, because I don't do that. And I'm sorry, I don't do that. No, I don't. And I don't like to put myself in those kind of situations as well. But here it is. So your friends are going to ask you where you were yesterday, but you can tell them you were in the Peace Park in Hiroshima. Is it true? Yes. He went to Hiroshima. Did he go to the Peace Park? Yes, he did. He took them there. So it's not just for his cards, and just to secure himself that he didn't go only for that, and he took the boys to the historical place, and it's good for them to know their the Japanese part of their who they are and what his parents and his father and grandparents come from, like what kind of culture and what kind of history they went through. And the Peace Park, I don't know how long they stayed, what they saw, I don't remember. I mean, it's not that I don't know because I was not there. I was at work and the babies were in their daycare. But I didn't hear from my oldest or from my second son any like comments or reflection on what they saw and how they felt in the Peace Park in Hiroshima, where the bomb was dropped, the atomic bomb. But they do have this dome there that stood for whatever reason. That one didn't get destroyed, but then there are pictures and items of it's just really hard. I remember when I went there with my firstborn being in a carrier here. He was still a tiny, teeny person, like newborn. I remember when I saw it, I cried, and I'm not American, I'm not Japanese. I was just this Bulgarian person that had no idea. I remember learning history about it, but I didn't really know the impact it had on people, and it's just really hard to go and watch it. You can just literally see the shadows of the people, but the people vanished because the radiation just melted them down. And so my first and second son didn't say anything about it, but my third boy, he just came around, and like while I was doing the dinner, and he was like, it was really hard, mommy, to watch it. It was disgusting. It was just really hard to watch. And he made this kind of like, not disgusted face, but like kind of like hard to explain, hard to, just really heavy feeling. So I was like, yeah, I know, I understand. And that's all he said. It was just really. So they did go and they did spend time there, but it's interesting how, to me, it's very interesting. Like that's a gift. I cannot do that. It's like people are able to do something for their own gain and cover it up to look like it's something good for everybody and beneficial for everybody. That's just amazing to me. I can't. This is like first class. I don't. How do you call it? Manipulation, or I don't know what to call it. It's very interesting, and then go and tell your classmates that you went to the Peace Park. That's part of the truth. That's not the whole truth. That's actually not the reason why they drove all the way to Hiroshima. They didn't drive there so he can show them the Peace Park. Actually, it was for Pokemon cards. So that's where the two parents of those kids differ a lot. I try to think back. Like every time I went to parks with the kids, it wasn't because I wanted to go, especially on Sundays. I just wanted to take a nap like their father, but I never could. If I want to go somewhere, I'm like, oh, I'm going next time, maybe I'll go. Or if I want to get something for myself, next time when I get my next paycheck, I'll go get it. And I never do. And so eventually you have to, like for work, you have to get like some clothes, before work starts and stuff like that. But I rotate, and then every time I go somewhere, let's go to the Momma because I need new shoes. Okay, let's do that. So very different values, very, very, very different values, a very different way of how you see the world and for what purpose you do things. Very, very different ways. And there is no wonder why it doesn't work. I'm not even wondering anymore. That's just how it is. And so I wanted to remember that. I just wanted to remember this. So that's why I'm doing this video. But I'm gonna go now to the gym and join the graduation ceremony practice. Bye.